Welcome to the Vinyl Files, everybody. Finally. It's such a good day today. I have been a patient boy. Little Fugazi joke. I've waited and I've waited and I've waited. And finally, it's back in stock. You can find it again. This album is one of the most important albums, specifically to me, but also I think to just thrash metal as a genre, as a concept, heavy metal, rock music in mainstream culture. This album had a direct influence on maybe not your favorite artist, maybe your favorite artist, but the musical landscape was changed by this record, and I am so stoked to finally have it. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. If you could, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what's that record that you've always been chasing that you just can't seem to find, but you can't wait until you finally do, and subscribe to my channel. Today we're taking a look at Rain in Blood by Slayer. Slayer! Now this album, released in 1986, I feel like it's not only most likely a byproduct of the Satanic Panic, but it's also a log that was thrown into the fire to just, keep those flames going.
Did you say fire? Like the flames of your eventual home because you listen to these devil worshippers?
Gramps, did you finish your special nighttime pudding?
No, I didn't finish my pudding, child.
This album has a certain 1980s over-the-topness that I've come to expect in my life as a Slayer fan. I remember being a young kid and going to the record store or Walmart or Hot Topic and seeing this album cover or Tomb of the Mutilated or any Cannibal Corpse album covers and having this macabre fascination and just being so drawn to it but also rejecting it because I was, on the youth group worship team, and it's hard to be a Slayer fan and also on the worship team. Who knows? I got older. Make my own decisions. It's great. But that weird fear and but fascinating, it just made it so much better when I finally embraced and just dug into it with my meaty little boy fun claws. It was Slayer's the best band. They're pretty good. There is Slayer. I mean, what do you say?
Their logo is red, like the color of the devil.
But isn't red also the color of the blood that was shed for your sins, Gramps?
No! His blood was green. He had long ears and he lived in a swamp with a donkey and saved a princess and a gingerbread man. Jesus.
You, do you mean Shrek?
Yeah, that's him right there.
This album, released in 1986 off of Def Jam Records. The acclaimed heavy metal record label featuring really heavy bands like LL Cool J, Tila Rock, and Orange Juice Jones. Yes, that label also home to the Beastie Boys' debut album, Licensed to Ill, which Kerry King from Slayer plays a guitar solo on. But Rick Rubin from Def Jam took a serious interest in this band and decided that he wanted to sign them, help them record the album, and the result was a raw, aggressive, tight, weirdly, beautifully atmospheric album that has become the standard for thrash metal as well as a blueprint for death metal to come in the future. And yes, I don't care what South Park says, Slayer is not death metal. So let's get into it. This cover here was drawn by Larry Carroll, who was a political illustrator, did stuff for The Village Voice, The Progressive, very prolific artist. Beautiful, beautiful album cover. I love this cover so much. Back cover, all these guys fighting over beer. Oh no, Jeff, don't do it. You're gonna die later. Rest in peace, Jeff Hanneman. And then getting into the contents here, this little lyric sheet there. It's always nice when there's a little insert so you can know what he's saying. And then the record itself comes in a nice polylined sleeve, and it's a heavy boy. Look at that. It sounds amazing on the turntable. What a great record. If you listen to metal, you know this album. It's an absolute classic. Some standout tracks on this one, Angel of Death, which caused some controversy because there's a lot of Nazi imagery in that song, and it's... The guys in Slayer aren't Nazis. Everybody knows that Nazis are bad. When Nazis show up, the party sucks and everybody has to leave. Nazis are always bad. And they wrote a song about Joseph Mengele, and it caused this huge backlash, which made Columbia not want to carry it, and Geffen wouldn't put their name on it. It was pressed and distributed by them. It's a whole to-do. Piece by Piece, great song. Altar of Sacrifice, Reborn, Epidemic, Postmortem, Raining Blood, The Reason for the Season. If you know Slayer, you probably know either the final 6 from like movies or Raining Blood, because everybody knows that if you played Guitar Hero 3, you know Raining Blood. It's like the ultimate song to learn how to play on the guitar, to teach you like different picking methods, and that's what this whole album was for me, was like a blueprint on how to be a fast guitar player and how to be an accurate guitar player, because the level of precision that you have to play like Slayer is crazy until it gets to the guitar solos, and then it's just kind of, well, you know, it's a little bit more intense. But absolutely classic album, and it came out in a classic thrash metal album year, because not only did we have Rain in Blood, but we also had Master of Puppets, Peace Sells But Who's Buying, Anthrax was also there, and it's just, I would argue, the best year for thrash metal. Hopefully, you know, it'd be kind of cool if that got surpassed, but as it stands right now, in my opinion, it is the best year for thrash metal. With that said, listen to Slayer. If you're not listening to Slayer, what are you doing with your life other than not listening to Slayer? And you should be ashamed. You go take a time out for a few seconds after you like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I have new videos coming out every single Saturday, record unboxings, reviews, and then also on Tuesdays I have the LP Weekly. Don't miss when your favorite record gets repressed, because nobody likes that. If you know somebody who'd be into my channel, a record fiend in your life, go ahead and recommend it to them. Show them my way. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.